Ladies and gentlemen, TC Crank.
Don't know how else to put this. It's taken me so long to do this. Falling asleep and I can't see straight. My muscles feel like a melee. My body's curled in a U shape. I put on my best but I'm still afraid. Propped up by lies and promises. Saving my place is life forgets. Maybe it's time I saw the world. I'm only here for a while. Patience is not my style. But I'm so tired that I gotta go. Where am I supposed to hide now? What am I supposed to do? I wouldn't see this through. Tell me I'm a part of history. Tell me I could have it all. Still too tired to care and I gotta go. Get to go home in 1 week. I'm leaving home in 3 weeks. Throw me a bone just to pick me dry. Following suited directions. Crawl up inside for protection. Told what to do and I don't know why. I'm over existing in limbo. I'm over the myths and placebos. Don't really mind if I just fade away. I'm ready to live with my family. I'm ready to die in obscurity. But I'm so tired that I gotta go. Where am I supposed to hide now? What am I supposed to do? I still don't think I wanna see this through. Tell me I'm a part of history. Tell me I can have it all. Still too tired to care and I gotta go.
We'll be right back in a minute to talk to TC Crank.
From Bad Monkey Studios in beautiful Amish country,
heard throughout these fabulous United States and around the globe on the World Wide Web. This is the B Team with Cory and Jim. Video sticker. Attach videos to everything. Don't write it. Let them see you say it. Attach a video message to any gift, greeting card, or prepaid gift card. Buy some and start making your gifts more personal. Here's how it works. Place a video sticker on any gift or card, and on your smartphone, go to the URL on the video sticker and enter the unique code. Now you'll be prompted to record a personal message. It can be video, picture, or text. When the recipient enters that same code, they'll be wowed by your video, picture, or text. Go to videosticker.com, purchase a 5, 10, 15, or 20 video sticker pack, and make every gift more personal. Enter coupon code BTEAM at checkout for additional savings. And as always, video stickers ship free. Video sticker. Now it's personal. Tweaked Audio is focused on providing the finest quality audio products. With years of combined experience in audio and consumer electronics, Tweaked Audio is your best choice for personal audio gear. Tweaked Audio earbuds are great for music, podcasts, and everything you need to hear. They have all the major and popular colors and styles you can't find just anywhere. Bluetooth, sport, metal, wood, mic'd, unmic'd, over-the-ear headphones, and all the accessories to keep you tweaked. Go to tweakedaudio.com and use coupon code BTEAM at checkout for 33% off all orders. All Tweaked Audio products purchased using the BTEAM code come with free worldwide shipping and a lifetime limited warranty. Tweaked Audio sounds better. If you shop online, chances are you use Amazon.com. Ease of navigation, low prices, free shipping, one-stop shopping, easy returns, wish list creation, and the ability to subscribe and save. Several items like groceries and diapers can be purchased as a subscription. Amazon will ship the product to your door at regular intervals on your schedule at the current price and give you an extra 15% off. Go to our website, thebteamwithcoryandjim.com, scroll to the bottom of our homepage and click on the Amazon banner. Log into your Amazon account and shop away. When you use our banner, it helps the podcast. Work hard, have fun, make history. Amazon.com. Today we're announcing the winner of our awkward Christmas photo contest. And that was... we ask you to dig through your family photos, find the strangest, and post it to our Facebook page at the B Team with Cory and Jim. The winner of that contest is Marissa Gibson. She's going to get a choice of any one of the three prizes. The 12-pack of Pepsi made with real sugar from our friends at Mansfield Distributing, the $100 wine voucher from Personal Creations and NakedWines.com, or the free concealed carry class for one at Octopi Tactical. So congratulations to Marissa Gibson. You are a winner. Now it's time to get to our guest, TC Crank. If you didn't fall asleep on me, you doing okay?
I'm good. I am good.
Man, that sounded good.
Thank you.
But you're fighting some fungus there, aren't you? What do you got going on?
Just a little bit of chest cold and nasally stuff, you know.
TC Crank is a solo acoustic act featuring pop, country, modern, and classic rock and R&B. He's based in Ashland, Ohio, and can be seen Friday, January 19th at 7 p.m. at the VFW Post 1067 in Ashland, Ohio. And on Friday, February 3rd at 10 p.m., he'll be at Riley's for the Groundhog Day show. That's also in Ashland.
I'm just going to play one set over and over for Groundhog Day.
Perfect. That'll work out. They should make a movie about that, shouldn't they?
I agree.
Something I didn't know about you, TC, just found out today, probably less than like 6 minutes ago. You tried out for The Voice last year.
Yes, I did.
You have to tell me about that experience.
It was probably one of the most unique experiences of my life. Like, I'm actually trying out again this next month, January 14th. I'm going to Indianapolis, but my wife and I traveled to Baltimore the last time, and you are not allowed to have anyone with you after you actually enter the building. So she was outside, I was inside at the convention center, and for 6.5, 7 hours inside with thousands of people and just the most awkward, weird situation too.
Right.
Yeah,
Now, what's the reasoning behind not having someone?
I think just the mass of people that they already are going to have inside.
Okay.
The only people that they allow to have someone with them is if it's a minor and they have a guardian. So,
no plus ones.
No.
In there.
No.
Now, where do they? I've always wondered this about those, and it's exciting for me to have somebody with some insight. Where do they draw the crowd from?
It's you can basically sign up online to audition, and then they send you an audition pass. And I mean, I met people from Florida. I was in Baltimore, and I met people from Florida and California, and I just all over. I think it just depends on the scheduling and how it fits into people's schedule.
Oh, you're talking about the talent.
The talent, yes.
I'm talking about the crowd. Oh, the 1,000 people that you're performing in front of.
That was not part of this. This is something you don't see on TV yet. Yeah.
What?
So they
really?
It's kind of like, I guess, like they used to do for American Idol, where it's, you stand in line forever and then you go into a room and there's you and 11 other contestants. It's just random.
So it's not even it's not even like playing a live show.
No. So it's a completely awkward, weird situation where you're just auditioning for one producer behind a table, sitting at a laptop, and I was actually asked to sing a second song, which I thought was an accomplishment because I thought it was horrible. My first song was horrible, but I sang "One Last Cry" by Brian McKnight, and then because you get 30 seconds, you get a verse and a chorus. And it's a cappella, no music behind you. So,
well, you didn't have your guitar.
No, you're not allowed anything. So
they truly wanted
they just listen to your voice.
When they say the voice, they mean it.
It really is. So, I sang a second song. If you get a red card, they keep you for an extra day, and then you audition in front of cameras. And then if you get through that, then you actually make it onto TV for the blind auditions.
So they saw something. They saw something and they're like, maybe that song didn't fit him right.
Well, he complimented the song that I did.
Okay.
But he said, "This is your first time auditioning." And I said, "Yes." And he said, "I can tell." And he made me
the big wet spot on the front of your pants gave it away.
Yeah. I nearly slipped.
Yeah.
But he, then he just said, I need you to promise me that you'll come back and try again. And I'm like, well, okay. So that's what I'm doing next month.
Wow, that is so cool. That's cool. Well, good for you. Congratulations. In doing as much research as I could, that's all I found. Because this was on me. I made the mistake. I was just trying to find. I was plugging in like TC musician in Ashland,
Sure.
TC cranked, that sort of thing. Now, but you were in a group before you broke out on your own.
And I haven't done anything. The shows that you announced are the first 2 solo acoustic shows, full shows that I'll do. I've done some solo acoustic things, but just playing a few songs here or there. But no, primarily I'm with a band called Electric Circus. We've been together for 5 years, and I found out later that there is also another Electric Circus in Ohio in this area.
Okay.
So ours is spelled the correct way. Theirs is spelled electric with a K at the end. But they are an 80s arena band. I've heard they do a great job. But awesome. We do everything. I mean, we're just a fun party band. It's all covers. Everything from Dion and the Belmonts to Bruno Mars and things like that, and everything in between, 80s hair rock, and we do AC/DC, a little bit of everything. So all over.
And you are your role in the group is
I'm just the lead singer, and so
lead singer.
Yeah. And I dance around and act stupid and create energy. I mean, that's the whole point of our band, is to create energy.
The microphone is your instrument, or do you grab a guitar and?
No,
you're a pretty good guitarist.
I'm okay. It's not my most comfortable thing, and that's why I'm doing these acoustic shows, is to make myself comfortable with it, because I've played for my kids at home for years, and they're not going to tell me I'm horrible.
No,
so.
No, that's the problem with having that family support sometimes, right? Because I do a very little bit of stand up and stuff, and I'll the clean stuff I can do in front of my kids
Oh, sure.
and wife. They just think I'm the funniest human being on there. But, that can be expected.
Oh, sure.
That sort of thing. But
That's a good thing, though.
again, you can catch TC Friday, January 19th at 7 p.m. at the VFW Post 1067 in Ashland, Ohio, or at the Groundhog Day show at Riley's on Friday, February 3rd at 10 p.m. But that's also in Ashland. I don't have an exact address for that, but
It's right on Main. It's at the corner of Main Street in Claremont. So,
do you have your dates online?
yes, all those dates you can find on my Facebook page.
How do we follow you?
I'm drawing a blank. I just created that page, like I said.
TC Acoustic?
Yes, TC Acoustic would be the way to go. Yes, Facebook.com.
And that'll
TC
have your
Acoustic.
dates on it.
Yes, it will have my dates on it.
Awesome. Now, what about, are you still doing things with Electric Circus?
Oh, yes, that's full bore.
Now, they have a website.
Yes, we have a website, and I also have a Facebook page for that. It's the website is the-electric-circus.com. Pretty simple. The Facebook page is facebook.com/EL Circus. So.
And you still have dates with them?
Yes, through the summer, really. I mean,
Wow.
we've actually taken just a little bit of time off these couple months for the holidays and
Right.
get back to things. So,
If somebody does want to book you,
Yes.
how do they go about finding you?
actually, the easiest way is to find me on either one of those pages and get a hold of me, or even my own personal Facebook page. So, which you can find me from those. So either way, I'm always on those pages, kind of
Right.
monitoring what's going on.
You're in
so.
the do-it-yourself phase,
Yes.
just like I am.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to know what I'm doing, get a hold of me.
Right, exactly. That's
That's the best way to do it. Have you always been an independent musician, or were you a part of a group forever? I mean, did you start independent and then get a group and then?
It's kind of been a weird road, I guess. I started just like everybody else. I guess it would be in the 90s. I would go out and sing karaoke with all my friends, and then a couple of my friends were really good singers, and of course boy bands were popular then, and so we were writing our own stuff, and we started this three-man a cappella group and did that for a while, which really kind of honed in the skills, doing a cappella.
Please tell me you had a cool a cappella name.
There were three of us, and our name was Round Three. That was, it wasn't too flashy, but we were young and not real creative at that point. So
Yeah.
did that, and then I was doing some odd jobs and waiting tables and things like that, and somebody approached me about running my own karaoke show, and I said, well, I could do that for some extra money.
Hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said I could do that for some extra money and for a couple years. And I'm finally retiring from that next month.
Okay.
So it's been, that was in the year 2000. So almost 18 years I've been doing that, and it turned into my full time, and now at this point I bartend some and I do some other things. I enjoy people and music. And so those, that's a great way to just keep in touch with everyone around you. So.
Yeah, it is. It really is. The group dynamic versus the independent dynamic.
I honestly, because I performed on my own for a while, and the thing about being a solo artist is you don't have to run things by anybody, and you can kind of, because in our band there is no, this person says it's going to happen and it happens.
Nobody has the final say.
No, everybody has a vote. Everybody has input. If there's something somebody's been wanting to do for a long time, we'll mull it over and see if it's something that's going to work with the crowd, because that's what comes first. And so there's that aspect. And I love the energy that comes with performing with the band. And there's no other feeling like that, no other high, but at the same time, I like to slow it down sometimes, and I like ballads, and I like, and we don't do any country. I don't mind throwing some country in there and doing some different things. So it's,
Well, outside of the performance part of it, the traveling, the hotels, the foot odor in the car,
right.
the all that goes with it. Can that just, I mean, that has to work, because that's like you traveling with 2 other brothers, or
Sure.
with like 3 of your brothers,
Right, sure.
taking long trips together.
Sure. Oh, it is. And
Yeah.
the good thing is, I mean, there are no egos. So that's
Wow.
That's huge, and that's
Yeah, it
a
is.
big part of what we are, is not having egos. Everybody interacts with people when they come up and interact with each other, and we just have fun. Every show's different because somebody's bound to screw up, and then we have to fix it. So it's a good time. We make it so that it's relaxed and it's enjoyable. We're not just standing up there playing. Everybody's
Right.
jumping around, and I've actually had to tone it down from injuries, but injuring myself, jumping off tables, things like that.
Really, that much energy in a show?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like David Lee Roth style jumping around, or just
pretty much.
craziness.
It's none of it's planned. It's all, I jumped off a table and smacked my head on a brick wall and got a concussion and that good stuff. I mean, it's all good, clean fun.
And they say wrestling's not real.
Right, exactly.
Now, when I was learning how to research, let's see, is that right? Is that how I want to word that? When I was learning how to interview musicians, I read that they hate for you to ask who their biggest influences are. So I asked it like this. I thought I was going to be tricky. Who were some of your favorite composers, musicians, and bands from the past and present? That's a lot. That's a whole lot. Yeah. Who do you listen to? What's in your car right now?
Everything. And it's evident if you come to any show that I'm involved in, it's evident that it's just all over the place. It really is. And I can't even express how all over the place it is.
Well, you described it. I mean, it sounds like an eclectic. If you can do AC/DC and then follow that up with,
I mean, we do Michael Jackson, we do Prince, we do. I mean, it's all over. I mean, and I love it that way. The Tubes. I mean, everything. Just whatever. Rick Astley. We'll throw that in there. We don't care. It's we actually just did that this past show at the Back Room in Mansfield. We found a way to mesh Sugar by Maroon 5, and the guys were still playing Sugar, but I started singing Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, and it was we Rickrolled them, and they had no idea. It was great.
That's awesome. You mentioned either you mentioned Prince or Prince just popped into my mind. Yes. But I didn't realize I went decades just poo-pooing Prince.
Yeah.
Get out of here, you little showboat, kind of thing. Until one time I can't even tell you what it was I was watching. He sat down, just him and an acoustic guitar. And that's when you see someone's talent, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
That's when you see someone's talent. Just him and an acoustic guitar, and he played 2 songs, and I was like, oh, I get it. I'm an asshole.
He's
phenomenal.
And he could play every instrument. I mean,
I know.
In the studio. I mean, he would just walk in and he could produce a song by himself. I mean, he was amazing. Yeah.
It sounded so great. So then I just started looking things up.
Right.
On YouTube and that sort of thing, and watching him do, because I love guitars and guitarists, and watching him wail out a solo, and it was for real. It wasn't on a track or something, because if you play, you know what you're looking at
exactly,
and it was not fake.
Yeah,
he was for real. He was a for real musician. So I still to this day I'm like, well, I'm kind of a latecomer to the party, but I consider myself a Prince fan now.
Yes,
yeah. Any of them in the closet that you don't let anybody know about, that you're like, you know what, I'm kind of like mine. I'll give you an instance for me. I am one of the biggest Missy Elliott fans on the planet.
Right.
Missy Misdemeanor Elliott.
Yes.
And that's because she is a true musician.
She is.
She's a true composer. She's a she's a choreographer. She does it. She is show business.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Plus, I just like her stuff and always have. And it seems to surprise people when I tell them, I like Missy Elliott a lot.
And it's good to have that, actually. Maybe mine would be maybe Justin Timberlake, honestly, because he's become a great musician. And
you look like him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Thanks. I haven't heard that one for
No,
a while.
yeah.
I used to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's become he finds a way to make things happen, and I don't know. I guess that's the only way I can think of to explain it. But yeah. He came a long way from the boy band phase, and he kind of broke off and has done his own thing. And since he's done that, he's really come a long way. So
yeah, that's because he acts. He acts now and everything else. Yeah. I can't.
And he's funny. I mean, if you've ever seen him on Saturday
Night Live,
he's one of the best. Yeah.
He's still. Well, it's come to the point where he was another one where I was like, Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
But then now when I find out he's on Saturday Night Live, I want to see it. Yeah, I want to watch
TV.
Yeah. Is there a particular song or musical passage that never fails to move you emotionally?
There are a couple. One is actually the song that I just played, and that's one of the reasons. I don't know. It was the message that's in it, and the way it was written, and any musician kind of feels that way, I think, sometimes. So, where sometimes you get in a mood where you feel like, could somebody else just do what I'm doing? And if they were doing it as well as I am, would anybody care that it was me or somebody else, or, but my family, now that's different. And that's kind of what I get from that song. My family, I couldn't be replaced there, but
right.
So, another one would be Round Here by the Counting Crows. As far as singing songs, a lot of people have never heard me do that song. I rarely do it in front of people, but it's one of those ones that it's one of the few remaining songs that every time I sing it, I get a little chill, so
yeah,
you don't get that very often after you've done it for a while. So
I'll tell you what, I am not Simon Cowell, but I can tell you, if anybody asks you to do a song that best reflects your voice, I can't imagine it getting better than what you did for us today. Because that was really, much. I mean, that's one of those, when you're in the studio hearing it be done, I don't know how it will translate onto our, little microphones and stuff, but wow, just a tingle. I mean,
thank you very much.
When you hit that heart, when it gets kind of crunchy and in there, that sounds so good on at least in my headphones it did. But
thank you very much.
Yeah, it sounded really good. I can't think of anything that really, like a song that will just like break me down. I will think, because music does to me, I think, what it's designed to do to a non-musician, and that's elicit some type of memory, or to trigger a memory.
Sure.
And that's what, like I told you, I think before we started, AC/DC, that was the soundtrack of my youth, and Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Oh, sure.
And all that. I hear certain, so it doesn't even have to be a particular song, but just that artist come on. Right. An AC/DC song come on, it's like automatically to the volume. Switch any AC/DC song in my car.
Sure.
My kids are 8, 10, and 11, and they'll crank it as soon as it comes on, or you'll hear them go, oh yeah, because they know it's about to get loud in the car. So yeah, and it's just that natural thing.
It is
for me.
That's, I don't know, the magic of music, I guess, not to be corny or cheesy, but I've talked to many people about that over the years, that's the magic of music, is it can take you right back to a spot that you forgot about because you haven't heard that song in 10 years, but you hear it and you instantly go back to a moment that song, was involved in somehow in your life, or it makes you think of that moment. But yeah.
Yeah. I heard Blondie. Oh man, it's not been in the last 2 weeks. I heard a Blondie song and I could smell Strawberry Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. From backward, I'm like, man, this feels like I'm with my buddies, my stupid buddies on our way to some party to do things we shouldn't be doing, and it just brings all that back.
Right.
And I could actually smell and almost taste that Strawberry Boone's Farm that we used to chug by the gallon back then. But $1.25 for a bottle of it. Right. Yeah, it was ridiculous. How would you describe your perfect day? Not it doesn't even have to be as a musician, but
Just in general. I mean,
yeah.
and this has actually nothing to do with music. My wife and kids and I, we go to Disney World on a pretty regular basis, and it was one of those. She got to go as a kid, and I never got to go as a kid. So we thought we would do it one time the year after we got married, and we did that. And I didn't want to go to Mexico for vacation anymore. I wanted to go to Disney World every year because it's different every time, and there's always something new, but there are certain emotions that you get when you're there that you never, as an adult, you would never think, that you're, and it doesn't even always have to do with your family. Sometimes you see a moment with someone else, but honestly, probably the best days I've had for the most part have been there with my family, and I can't really imagine anything really better than that. And it has nothing to do with the rides and the hubbub and all of that stuff. It's not. It's, for one, that's our 2 weeks of the year that, that there's nothing else. There's no interruptions. There's no phone calls generally, because everybody knows. But yeah, so I mean, I guess that would be any day like that where I'm there in Florida. I don't care if it's raining and I've got hundreds of restaurants to choose from, and I've got, it's, I don't know, just the experience and the family. I mean, that's
because it's not a commitment,
right?
It's just something. It's like, okay, this is my time.
That's
this
it.
is
And
for me. This is for them.
Yeah,
and
we
me.
have nowhere that we have to be.
Yeah. Oh, that is so
and
nice.
That's a great feeling.
That's
I mean, there's
so nice.
And honestly, really, it wouldn't even have to be at Disney World. It could be anywhere. Just my perfect day is not having to do anything. Like,
yeah. Oh no, I got you.
Not having to be somewhere or feel like I'm behind somehow, even when I'm not. Like, because that,
Yeah.
I think all adults deal with that at some point where your life gets busy. You have kids and family, and you feel like you have to be this, that, and that, and for all these people. So a day where you don't have to deal with that, it's just great. I mean, just relax and enjoy what's around you. I mean,
Hey, there are days I consider it a win if I don't have to shower.
Yeah,
that day,
I know, right?
It's like,
If I could get somebody to deliver me food to my bed, that would be the perfect day. Never mind, I take all that back.
Yeah.
Deliver me food to my bed, and I don't have to get up. That would be great.
Now, what's your family makeup? What do you?
My wife and I have been married for about 14 and a half years.
Give her a shout out then,
Emily.
Local girl. You guys are you from the area?
I went to Crestview High School in the Ashland area. I went there. She actually went to Northwestern, kind of out near West Salem, little West Salem area. And we actually bought her grandmother's house, and we live just beside her parents. We have twin boys that in just a few weeks are going to be 10.
Yeah.
So,
best age ever.
Yeah, it's starting to get fun.
4, 5 years old. I like that just for the cuteness, but there's still a lot of shoe tying and a lot of that. But
finally, they're to a point where
pretty little independent.
Right?
Yeah. I do like that. My 11 and 10-year-old, they're great now because they still think I'm pretty cool.
Right.
That's not gone yet. I mean, it's coming, and I can see it coming because they're kind of like, okay, Pop.
Sure, buddy.
Yeah. There's a little bit of that,
right,
but it's not there yet. It's not overtaking him. So
I'm not looking forward
and
to
the little one, I'm still his hero. I'm still the strongest, fastest, nicest, funniest, to him. I'm still the guy. So I'm loving that.
That's unique. My sons, over the past few years, they've started coming out to band shows and things. And it's funny, just probably about a year and a half ago, I saw for the first time where they realized that, like, you could see it in their face. Like, not everybody's dad does this on the weekends. Like, you could see it during a show. I was looking at them, and I just saw the look on their face, and they're looking around it. There were probably a good 4,000 people.
Wow.
We were playing a 4th of July show. And everybody's singing, and they get their hands up, and they just stopped, and you could see them just pause for a minute, like, okay. And now they're really excited about shows. Before it was like, Dad's doing another
That's
show.
what he does
You know,
yeah. That's just
yeah.
his thing.
Yeah, right.
You can catch TC, his solo show, Friday, January 19th at 7 p.m. at the Ashland, Ohio VFW Post 1067. That's January 19th. Groundhog Day show at Riley's, Friday, February 3rd at 10 p.m. That's also in Ashland. You can check his Facebook page, TC Acoustic, for those dates and any upcoming. You can follow him there.
Yes.
What would your friends say they appreciate the most about you? If I had the other guy, maybe not the other guys in the group, but
Sure.
is that your friends? Are your friends mostly made up of musicians?
No, I mean, I have a ton of friends that I consider good friends, and the guys in my band obviously are like brothers because you're like a family. But I mean, I guess a lot of people have told me that I'm just genuine. I don't look at one person differently than another person, and that's, I don't know. It's the way I was brought up. It's my upbringing. My family was always that way, you know. There is no person better or worse than you. Everybody are just people, you know. There's no separation. Like, throw that out the window, like the minute you meet somebody, and just experience them for who they are, because everybody comes from a different place. Yeah. So, I mean, I guess that's what people tell me, like that I'm just genuine and I don't judge and I'm approachable, I guess is what they say.
There's a poster that catches my eye. That's I told you before, I work at a school system.
Yes.
And there's in one of the schools, there's a poster that catches my eye every time I go in. It says, "You are the sum total of the 5 people you hang out with the most."
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense in your life?
It does, really. Yeah. It does.
Yeah.
I would even expand that maybe, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you could look at folks the way you described as, okay, everybody's on equal footing.
Right.
When I shake that hand, we're on equal footing
Yes.
right now. It takes a while to figure out they're knuckleheads.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to do
But
it,
let's
I'm
take-
going to do it on my own.
Oh,
I'm not
you-
going to do that with someone else's judgment. You know?
Oh,
So,
yeah,
you know.
like someone else telling you,
Yeah,
hey,
it's-
man, this guy,
Yeah.
you want to stay away from this guy. No, you can stay away from him.
Right.
But he's
But-
treated me. I've had
Right.
a lot of those relationships,
Yes.
TC,
Yes.
in my lifetime. I really have, where someone has told me, dude, this guy is bad news. Don't even get
Right.
involved.
Right.
And then they end up being a great friend.
Those are,
Very kind, generous.
everybody has that natural instinct, I guess, sometimes when, I don't know, where you have that instant thought in your head, or,
Yeah.
or the other way even. And what I found just by dealing with so many people all the time is that usually that instinct about 50% of the time is wrong, at least. I mean, it's, I don't know, some of those people that I was like, I went out of my way to go shake their hand and say hi and meet them and talk to them. And then 10 years later, I'm still talking to those people, so
Yeah.
it's, I don't know,
Yeah.
just my experience, I guess,
It's the one where you shake their hand and they say, hey, I like you. You can go for a ride on my UFO sometime.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see where we're at here. We're going to have a special friendship, you and I. Then.
Exactly. Because
Yeah.
I don't know anybody else with a UFO.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You won't exactly have my phone number.
Right.
But hey, when you see me,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk.
I'll say, hey,
We're gonna
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm not committing your
Yeah.
name to my memory. I can't.
Right.
I don't have the space.
Right. Space.
What is your most valuable material possession, TC?
I guess my home. I mean, that's.
You don't have that 68 Stratocaster. You don't have nothing
no.
like, you don't have anything,
No.
any toys
You
like
said
that. That's
68. At the age of 16, I had a 68 Firebird, which I no longer have. And that
okay.
probably would be it if I still had it, but no. That's,
I don't think I know a man who doesn't have that in his past.
Yeah.
Who doesn't kick himself in the pants
Yeah.
for that one car that he had. I certainly do.
Yeah.
It sounds like you do. I think everyone I know does. Cory, he doesn't. By the way, Cory's not with us tonight. He got called out on business, so he's taking care of that, and our thoughts are with him. Just want to keep him safe. But he drives a Subaru. I think he always has. He got it like passed down from his parents or something. It's a sad, sad car story. He's just one of the millennials that, they played tennis in college. That's all you need to know. That's really all you need to know about Cory.
I won't say anything.
So, who were you or would you be nervous to meet? Would you be starstruck? Or have you ever been starstruck?
No.
I met Steven Tyler.
Really?
Yeah. That was I was a little, whoa, in an airport.
I met Mary Wilson from the Supremes, the original Supremes. And that was probably the only moment where like I just didn't know what to say. I wasn't starstruck where I was babbling or anything like that, but I didn't know what to say, like to someone of that ilk. I mean, one of the original Motown, what do you say to that person that they haven't heard before?
At that level. Yeah. You're a good singer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, thank you. And they usually are really gracious, and they're like, thank you so much. That's nice of you to say for the 1 billionth time I've heard it.
Today.
But Steven Tyler, he's the most famous musician I've ever run across. I'm sorry to turn this into something about me, but if you go back in our archives, you'll see me do an interview with Lou Ferrigno.
I did see that. Yes.
Was my childhood.
Yes.
My good, you talking about
amazing.
A fit. Listen, I'm half a century old. And I just vapor locked. I went into my friend's house. My friend is his bodyguard.
Oh, wow.
He has bodyguards like in different sections.
Okay.
So when he comes to this area of the world, my friend Kim Denty is his, kind of chauffeur, bodyguard, all that stuff. And so that's how I got to meet him. I met him at Kim's house, and my throat, it just felt like there was a coconut jammed in my throat. Mouth was dry. It's like, come on, you try to do everything right. I didn't want to stink, just all that stuff. And you start feeling like a little kid again,
Right.
And it was just awesome because he is one of those gracious people. They say you don't want to, most times you don't want to meet your heroes because they end up being jerks or something. Right. Nah, come on, this guy. He acted like, where you been, man?
Yeah.
Like good to see you again. Come in here. Come in here. He was acting like that. And I was like, when somebody does that to you, you just, whoo.
Yeah, it kind of takes that weight.
Oh, it does. Right. It does. So I was a little calmer for the actual interview, but we did a few things before we did the interview talking, and he showed me a rifle that he had bought. And, he was on Kim builds motorcycles, and he was sitting on some of Kim's motorcycles and stuff. And that's where I really got to, know him a little more, his sense of humor and that sort of thing. I didn't even get to talk to him about the things I wanted to. I didn't. There's a movie that he's in. It's called I Love You, Man. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. And this guy's trying to sell his house. And Paul Rudd is in it, and he's trying to sell Lou Ferrigno's house, and it's just so funny. He's so strong. It's just, I don't know. But I didn't even get to talk to him about that. I wanted to ask him about it, but I was talking. I just that's what it felt like. It's just what I felt like I was saying. And Kim was standing there because Kim said, "Listen, dude, we got it because we have to get back down to Columbus." He was down there for a Comic-Con.
Oh, okay.
And so he said, we got to get back to Columbus, so he can only give you about 10 minutes. And it felt like we just sat down, and I stumbled and tripped. I'm not the best speaker. I mean, you can tell I'm not the best speaker in the world anyway, but I'm like, I just felt like I did that for like 30 seconds, and Kim was already going, okay, he was standing back there, and I was like, oh, okay, we have to wrap up. I didn't even know we got anything until I came home and uploaded my disc. I didn't even know it.
Everything was a blank.
Oh, it was. I was calling my wife and sending text to Cory and stuff, you know. He was awesome. I felt just like a kid again. If you could blink your eyes and be in a favorite place right now, where would that place be? These aren't exactly music questions, are they?
They're not.
I wanted to get to know you a little bit. We'll talk music next time you're on.
Oh, okay.
See how I got you back on again. See how I got you booked again.
I am perfectly fine with that. Honestly, on a stage anywhere like that sounds silly, and that was the first thing that popped into my head when you said that. That like I said, there's no greater high than having everybody out there feeling what you're doing, even if it's cover songs. You know, there's something special about that connection. I don't know.
That first time you get done with a song and people react a little stronger than you thought, you're like, wow, I didn't stand on my head. Or did somebody fall or something behind me?
I didn't even bounce off a wall this time. And
that happened, you know, when I got my first laugh that was more than the club owner.
Sure. Yeah.
It was more than that. Right. It was like 6 or 8 people. Right. Actually, it's like, what? Wait a minute. You know, complete total strangers that I've never met. They don't know me at all. And they started laughing. And oh man. Yeah, that was it for me. That is a drug. And you're just really like, all right, how do I get to do that again?
Speaking of the opposite of that, we had a show. I don't remember. I've done this multiple times where my dad's there and we quit and we quit a song and people aren't quite ready for us to be done with the song. So they're kind of caught off guard and my dad's clapping and I say on the mic, thanks, Dad.
No, that's good. Right. That is funny.
What else are you going to do?
And I bet that makes people, that gets a good reaction too.
Does, yeah.
That's funny. Now dad's still getting around.
Oh yeah. Yeah. My dad
comes to some shows.
My dad is the most amazing person. And I'm not just saying this because he's my dad.
All right.
Anybody that's ever met my dad says he's the greatest person they've ever met. I mean,
yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. My band members consider him another father. I mean, he's like, we practice at his house and, you know, some of us drive a little ways to even get to his house. I mean, it's kind of a central location, but it's just a great meeting place. You know, everybody feels comfortable and nobody has to be anything that they're not, or, you know, because he's created that there. So
what's his name?
His name's Richard Crank.
Richard Crank. Now that's not a stage name.
No,
that's something else I was going to cover.
Yes. Yeah. No, my last name really is.
What
Crank.
is that? Where is that from? What?
Well, honestly, we don't exactly know because after doing some research, we found out that a long time ago, our actual last name was Stump. And then a relative, I don't know how many hundreds of years ago, was a criminal and was hiding and took on the name Crank with the family he was living with. And that's kind of where it came from. So that's basically all I know. I mean, it's not. Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes those lines are kind of blurry. You can't
and that's the
really
thing.
Tell.
But yeah, that's kind of.
My brother did one of those. I don't think he did he didn't do the DNA.
Yeah.
He just did where they follow the family tree
Sure.
back using the names and everything. And they found at Ellis Island, they changed our name from McGinn to just Ginn. They took the Mick.
Oh, wow.
They literally took the Mick off.
Wow.
You know,
yeah.
I don't know that.
Maybe there were too many mix.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure. Yeah. I guarantee you there were. I know I love potatoes. That's all I thought.
That's great.
Is there something you would like to do more of in the future?
More of what I'm already doing. I mean, I honestly,
bigger. I mean, is there? I mean,
you know, for a long time I've ran away from bigger. You know, but I guess now that I'm 41, I've decided that it's kind of a now or never type thing, and bigger would be good. I mean, for my family and just in general, for me, to kind of complete things, bigger would be good.
Now, when you say bigger, are you talking about your face being on the side of buses or like fame? What is fame or fortune?
I wouldn't say
or
necessarily either, but stability in what I'm already doing. That would be good.
Comfort,
Yes.
a comfort level with what you're
Comfort
doing.
level. And I don't know. I mean, it's not like I'm hurting for anything.
Right.
But it's just to know that I'm doing the best I can for the people that depend on me, and that's
Doing what you love. This is. I don't want to put. I don't want to put a definition in your mouth,
Yes.
but doing what I love, making a living doing that.
That's exactly right.
You know, being able to pay the bills with, you know, being a chucklehead on the radio you know,
sure.
or up on a stage or something to get to do that.
And I've been lucky enough that that's pretty much what I've done since the year 2000. I mean, like I've been playing music for people in one way or another and interacting with people and making money doing it and I don't know how I'm making a decent living doing it still, but you know,
well,
but
clearly good at it.
Thank you very much.
What did you do? What's your training? What's your background before music?
Wow. I kind of all over the place. I mean, as far as when I was in high school, I took auto body classes and I found that I enjoyed that, did that sort of thing. A lot of people would never know that about me by looking at me now, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then after high school, I waited tables briefly, and then I started working in an auto body shop, and then in an auto body supply store, and then I ended up kind of running that auto body supply store and sending out orders and that sort of thing in the Mansfield area. And then from there, I got factory jobs, and then when I was 21, I thought I was pretty much going to be working in a factory.
You got comfortable.
But then I got in a car accident, and it kind of changed me physically, and it changed my perspective on everything. So,
okay.
I was pretty broken up, and there was doubt, you know, how things were going to go. And so it changes how you look at life, and do I want to be in that factory setting, you know? And physically I couldn't really do it at that point, but
the pre-accident you was what?
it was working in a factory. I planned on getting married and just kind of doing what everybody else does. And I mean, music wasn't even a big part of my life at that point. Like, to an extent it was, because I grew up in a family of people that liked to sing, and, you know, we would turn the radio off in the car and I'll just sing half the time. I mean, that's kind of what we did. But then, I don't know, it just kind of gets lost in all the have to things.
Oh,
you know? And so,
yeah,
I don't know. And then, you know, from there, it took me a little while to find my way, like I said. And then I was hanging out, singing karaoke with new friends that I didn't even know prior to that.
Is that when you said, wow, I can do this? What told you? I always wondered that, because I cannot sing myself, cannot carry a tune at all. I play some guitar, but I absolutely cannot sing, would not even try it in front of another human being right now. I know that I'm so horrible at it. But when do you go, oh, wow, that I'm not horrible. I could do this in front of somebody, maybe, you know, not even thinking that I could make a living at it, but just doing it and not being embarrassed by it. Is that when that came, doing the karaoke?
Pretty much. I mean, that really opened me up to, well, I'll try it and see. You know.
Said in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, karaoke was, they
it
had
was
just
huge.
clubs just
Everywhere.
devoted to it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was going 6-7 nights a week.
Yeah.
You know? Could not wait to get off work, waiting
man.
tables to go sing with my friends. I mean, that's what we did.
Cool.
And I even, I worked at Buck's Bar and Grill briefly.
Okay.
Here in Lexington. And when I was doing that, they were having karaoke periodically every week, you know. And so they would have me when they had karaoke upstairs. They made sure that I was waiting tables upstairs because they wanted me to sing while I was waiting tables. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I've never had a job like that. That was really cool.
Are you kidding?
And I think that's when it all kind of started snowballing. And I'm like, people want me to sing. It's not like they're just putting up with me singing in the background or, you know, they actually want to hear me. They like me. They really like me. Like it was one of those, you know, like you know, and it kind of snowballed from there. And then I don't know, I still have moments where I have reservations where it's, you know, and getting into the acoustic stuff is one of those things for me. I have to try and challenge myself again. Like I feel like I've gotten complacent and I'm trying to push my limits some more. I mentioned to my wife recently, I said, you know, what if I started like a hard rock band and we did like originals, like a modern style hard rock band and we do originals. And she just looked at me like, you have time in your life for that. Yes. Yeah. Let's do that. And I get it. And it's just one of those random thoughts, but you know.
Yeah. Well, you're a creative person. Those things are going to pop into your head.
Right.
She knows that by now.
Right.
I was going to ask you this question. Okay. Where would you like to find yourself in 10 years? That's the question I was going to ask.
Okay.
But you seem so positive about everything and driven by everything. I'm going to change the way I ask that.
Okay.
Where are we going to find you in 5 years? Not what do you want? What are you going to have? Where are you going to be in 5 years?
I think I'll be doing what I'm doing, just in a different way and on a bigger scale. And the people that have helped me get to that point will come with. I mean, that's the way I've always looked at it. The guys in my band, I mean, they're not going away. Those guys, they cover my butt all the time. I screw up and you never even know it because they fix it.
That's your support.
It really is, man. Yeah. I mean,
give them shout outs.
Yes, I was going to say,
what are their names? Please, come on.
On keyboards, Josh Wells. On bass, Nate Miller. On drums, Brian Dorsey.
Yeah.
And our guitarist is Morgan Young.
Okay.
So, yeah. And Morgan and I, we played in a band. That's how we got this band together. We played in a band years ago. He had created this band when he was 16, and they had been playing for 12 years. Their singer was going to have to leave. It was the first time I actually played with a band. He just gave me a call. He lives in Ashland. I work in Ashland. Gave me a call and said, would you want to come in and try out? And I did. Played with them for 2 years. Then I couldn't do it anymore because of my kids were so young at the time.
Okay.
But then, you know, it was funny, things just the way they worked out with our current situations. And I said, dude, I've got this idea and I want a band that's just an atmosphere. Like when you go to a place, it creates an atmosphere and an energy, and we'll figure the music out, but create that. I have to be there to see what's going to happen. You know,
that's the circus. That's where the circus comes in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's cool.
I wanted something kind of chaotic and, you know, but yeah, we got together, and this particular drummer, Brian Dorsey, that we have, we are the 3 original members. Randy Lillo was on bass for us, and then he retired.
Okay.
And then we brought Nate in, and then Josh, just with the way that this particular group of guys, everybody just meshes and on the same page and don't care about genres or, like I said, no egos. It's all just what can we do as a group to get people excited. I mean, that's all it is. And it's cover songs, and we take song like Bye 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 and turn it into a pop punk song. And it's fun, man. Do whatever you got to do to keep people moving, catch their attention. So.
Yeah, that's cool. I love a show where I go and maybe the first, depending on what it is, a musical show or comedy show or even a play, where the first act you're going, what is going on? What exactly is happening here? Yes. But then it all comes together. Then it all, but there are no questions left when you walk out the door at the end of the night. I love that. I really do.
That's kind of what, like I said, it's a somewhat organized chaos, and it's just nonstop. I throw out glow sticks to everybody while we're playing. Actually, it's turned into glow bracelets because it's easier to ring a beer bottle or somebody's finger.
Okay, you go.
Throw it from a distance.
Yeah.
I've actually, on occasion, I'll walk in front of the stage while I'm out on the dance floor, whatever. My drummer's playing, and I get his attention. I throw him a glow stick. He catches it on his drumstick. It's just a fun.
There you go.
Just
that
a
is fun
show. It really is.
That is fun. Well, you want to do any more shout outs? I promised you I wasn't going to keep you more than an hour, and oops.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with that.
Okay. You can catch TC Crank Friday, January 19th at 7 p.m. Ashland, Ohio, VFW Post 1067. Or Friday, February 13th at 10 p.m. at Riley's in Ashland. And you'll be trying out. You don't have any dates yet for The Voice.
I'm actually trying out on January 14th.
January 14th.
That's a Sunday, I believe. Yeah, I'm trying out in Indianapolis for that. But like I said, none of that will be televised. It'll all be,
right.
But
well, let's hope we can get you back.
Yeah.
Soon after your return.
Yeah, that would be great.
So you check in with us. That'd be awesome. Well,
make sure you check out my band page. the-electric-circus.com. Also check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/EL Circus. You can check out all the dates for the band. Like I said, we're on a little bit of a hiatus. Just January 20th, actually, I believe, is our next show at the Ashland American Legion on Claremont. And then after that, I know it picks back up again in February. We've got 3-4 shows in February. And it just continue on throughout the summer. So
nothing better than being a busy musician.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much again.
Thank you very
TC.
much.
All I ask you to do is love somebody.
Thanks for listening. If you like what you heard, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, Point 19 Productions, and to our podcast through iTunes or Stitcher. As always, we ask you help support the show by liking, commenting, and sharing our content. For up-to-date information regarding the B-Team, head to thebteamwithcoryandjim.com.